Good morning, everyone. So it is December 10th, and also the 8th day that I've been participating in the Books of Years Past Readathon. I wanted to update you guys on my progress. So I finished the Golden Compass, or the Northern Lights, which it is apparently called in the UK. I finished that, I think, about a day ago. It was Saturday morning, I believe, because I'd stayed up all night reading. This has started already. But yeah, finished Saturday morning, and it was even better than I'd remembered it being before. A little more harsh, honestly. Like, I can see why it was controversial to an extent. And now I've started the second book, which is called The Subtle Knife, also by Philip Pullman. And what the fuck, Philip Pullman? Oh my god. Now, it's good so far, and I'm only like 55 pages in. But, hi, Ezra. You're doing great from this video. But there's a part where it's revealed. I guess I have to kind of explain a couple of spoilers in order to do this. So, honey. So, if you don't want details spoiled, then look away. I'll give you a few seconds. Excuse me. I have no range right now because of my voice. I lost it Friday evening while we were skating because I had to shout over the music. And then, you know, I've got a cough too, so that's fun. Anyway, I've given you your few seconds. So, in the first book, they discover that there is a place called Bolivar? I can't pronounce it. But there is a place where they are essentially removing children from their souls. They're cutting the souls away from children. Because in this world, the soul is kept in a familiar, basically. But there's this institution where they're kidnapping children. These children aren't volunteering for it. Their parents aren't bringing them in. They're being kidnapped. And then having their soul removed and dying for the sake of science. Yeah, so that's dark enough as it is, because who knows how many children have died. And then in this book, you find out that there's another institution like this to the south, because that one's like all the way up north. There's another institution to the south where they don't cut the daemon away from the children, which is their soul, you know, their familiar. They just mutilate their genitals. What the fuck, Philip Pullman? This is supposed to be for children. That is terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying. I think it's more terrifying as an adult, honestly, than it would have been as a child, because what the fuck? That's terrifying. Like, I have a stepdaughter, you know, and just like, oh my god, picturing that happening to her, because she's about 11 years old, which is around the age when they start fucking kidnapping these kids and trying to separate them from their soul or save them from, I guess, damnation. I don't know. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. About 55 pages in, and I'm already with the fucking... But it's really good. Listen. I totally understand why it was so controversial now. Because it's not just a religious thing. It's a what the fuck thing. But yeah, I'm still gonna finish it. I still enjoy it. I just... Oh my gosh. But let's see. Other than that, I don't think I have any other bookish updates. No, not really. Nope. This has been real informative. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated as the day goes on, let you know if anything else pops up that's concerning. Wish me luck. I did forget to mention that I'm not necessarily going to be able to get a lot more reading done today, maybe in the evening, but I plan on using the entire day to study, because it looks like I'll actually be able to go to my final. We didn't end up getting any snow, we just got a lot of rain, and it's not freezing over or anything, so fingers crossed we don't get any snow and it doesn't freeze over, so I can actually go and take my final. But, you know, we'll see. That being said, I'm on page 55, and I probably won't get much farther today. I'm going to give myself a little bit longer to kind of wake up a little bit more, I guess, and get some breakfast, because I haven't eaten anything. I read that part in the book that was, really concerning, and immediately was like, okay, I need to go ahead and do my update, because otherwise I will forget to mention. So that whole not getting much read today thing, yeah, that didn't happen. I sat here and just, like, devoured the entirety of The Subtle Knife. Holy crap. Like, I don't know, I got about a third of the way in, and then I couldn't put it down. I don't even know how to explain it. But holy crap. It is dark. Like, there's animal sacrifice. There's one of the kids, literally, they accidentally murder someone and they're unrepentant. They're totally unrepentant. They're like, you know what? I don't care. They deserved it. Oh my gosh. And just, there's so much shit. It touches on mental illness and just, it's a lot of stuff, but it was so good. It's so well written, but I totally understand why someone wouldn't want their child to read this. Like, I completely understand now. If my dad had known what was in this book, he totally wouldn't have let me read it. There's no way he would have let me, because he was one of those people who was against me reading Harry Potter. And if he was against Harry Potter, there's no way he would have let me read a book with witches doing animal sacrifices and people wanting to fight God and just so much crap. Oh my gosh. But it was really good. Like, don't get me wrong. I loved it. I'm literally about to start the third one now. I'm kind of, like, I'm making note cards as I go. Like, I'll read a chapter and then I'll do like 50 note cards or so, and then I'll read another chapter. At least that was the original plan, and then eventually I just kind of ended up getting caught up in the book and not being able to put it down. Anyway, that being said, it honestly isn't even that long of a book compared to the other one. It's not even 300 pages, whereas the other one was more than 400 pages. And I think the next one is a little closer to the first one in length. But yeah, really good. Can't wait to read the third one now. I'm really glad that I stuck to it. It's super interesting. And yeah, I don't have much else to say. I just wanted to update you guys, because I literally, like, I don't usually just pick up a book and then sit there and read the whole thing in one sitting, but that's pretty much what I just did. And it was totally worth it. I would absolutely do it again. Anyway, I need to actually get some studying done and not just making note cards. So I'm not going to let myself read anymore until I actually get to study and feel confident that I'm going to pass my finals. So that might take a while. We'll see. Anyway, bye. Hello everyone. I can't say good morning because it's actually the afternoon today. I believe it is December 11th, which means I'm 9 days into the Books of Years Past Readathon. I honestly haven't gotten much reading done today at all, like 2 pages maybe. But I got my final done, which means I'm going to have a lot of time for reading now. I actually just got back from the store too, because I needed to get a few things for like gift wrapping and stuff like that. And I got this adorable like owl wrapping paper, if you can see that, which is great. And this nice, well, first a Hufflepuff colored notebook, which is great because I keep a notebook at all times. And then a little sunset calendar. And I also got a Dragon Ball Z miniature, which is straight up just for me, I'll be honest. Now, I don't have the talent to open this one-handed, so I'm gonna open it off. I got Android 17, and he comes with a little stand so I can stand him up. He's adorable. Okay, so now I'm probably going to spend the day wrapping presents and reading, and then I have to pick up my husband because I actually have the car today. Because I had to drop him off to take my final. I think that's about it. I just have to read the Amber Spyglass now, and I'm hoping I can get through it really quickly so that I can jump on to The Hate U Give. Not that I'm not enjoying this series, but I actually just found out today that apparently Philip Pullman recently posted this really kind of transphobic tweet, and I'm not really feeling it as much as I was. So yeah. And originally I was talking with some people about possibly doing a buddy readathon next year with the Golden Compass, but I'm kind of rethinking that at this point, because I don't support transphobes. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, and I'll keep you updated as I go. I've got him on a stand and he's so cute. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of transcribe events from this calendar to this calendar for 2019, as in the ones that are consistent birthdays and anniversaries and stuff like that, and start filling that out, and have my audiobook for the Ember Spyglass playing in the background. Oh, also, this really cool thing happened. I went to start this book, and I opened it. This isn't a bookmark or anything, and I found this. Isn't that cool? It's from the first and only time I went to see it in theaters, and honestly, I didn't think it was as bad as everyone else did, but, you know, that's me. Anyway, I just thought I'd update you guys, and maybe I'll film a little bit in the process. Also, yes, that is a sock full of pins. I like to make use of my single socks that don't know where their mate went, so I use them to, like, store some of my pins and just do random stuff with. I don't know. And there are a couple of the gifts in the background that I need to pack. Or not pack. Blah, 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 to wrap. All he wanted to do was close his eyes, which was so heavy and so sore. Look who's trying to help. He tucked the cloak over his head, clutched the rucksack to his breast. Oh yeah, that's really gonna be a help. Thank you, Ezra. I appreciate your commitment to this cause. So I'm about 3 chapters into the Amber Spyglass. Yes, it's that. I'm not even that far in. I'm about 33 pages in. As you can see, someone has decided to nest on my chest. So I think I'm done being productive for now. I got all the way to Dcember, though, when it came to transcribing stuff. But for a little while, I think I'm just gonna read and cuddle with Ezra. And then I'll start wrapping presents and stuff when she's had enough love, because she's obviously just so deprived. As you can tell. I was going to try and tape myself wrapping gifts for a second, but then realized that's kind of hard to do with one hand. But this is pretty much as far as I've gotten. They're all so cute. Anyway, I wrapped my first present. And I love these owls. I want to get a million more rolls of this. So, I'm sitting outside my husband's school waiting to pick him up, and I'm reading. I've got about 12 chapters read at this point of the Amber Spyglass, and I have to say, it feels like it's written a bit differently than the other 2 books so far. It's kind of more choppy and more desperate, I guess, is one way to put it, or at least the characters are more desperate. I don't know, it feels very different, and I don't know. I guess I'm interested to see how things go. I'm just not really liking the way that it's written right now. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's focusing on Lord Asriel a little bit more, and I'm not super fond of his character. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys. Also, look at this amazing illustration here. I don't think I showed this before. Good afternoon. It is December 12th, Wednesday, meaning that I'm 10 days into the Books of Years Past Readathon. And I finished Ember Spyglass last night. Sorry if I seem a little bit rushed today. I'm about to go out with a friend. She's having a bit of a crisis, and I told her that I'd help her out a little bit. But yeah, I wanted to go ahead and film this before I head out. But yeah, I finished it. It was great. I had some issues with it though, because it got really like religious at the end, and it was just, I had heard a lot of things before reading it that like this was the one that was like, ooh yeah, super sacrilegious, I guess. And it didn't feel all that sacrilegious to me, since the protagonist is the one, I don't know. Spoilers ahead, give you a few seconds. Okay, but basically, in the end, she has to end up rebuilding the kingdom of heaven, and the equivalent of God is gone. And I guess that is slightly sacrilegious, because, I mean, that implies that God can be defeated, but at the same time, they're deliberately trying to rebuild heaven, and I don't know. It was weird to me. Anyway, fuck, what were they named? I really liked the elephant creatures. I think they were the Melifons or something like that. I did make sure to look it up before starting this video. I just have the memory of a goldfish, so sorry about that. I think it's Melifon, but they're these big kind of elephantine creatures, and they sort of like skate along on these big seed pods, and it's really cool. They were probably my favorite. Not always the nicest, but I liked them. Excuse me. Kind of the equivalent of the polar bears in the first book for me. The second one didn't have that for me, like the big animal that I just fell in love with. They didn't have that. Maybe that's why the second book was a little weird for me, like at the ending. It's like, but where are the giant creatures that talk in battle? I need them. Maybe. Yeah, anyway, and Pan, Lyra's demon, or Damon, or however you want to pronounce it, he finally takes form as a rodent. What is he called? See, I'm terrible at this. It's a pine. I've got to look this one. Okay, so he turns into a pine marten, and the elephantine creatures are called mulefas. Sorry, I don't know how I lost that information already. But yeah, and pine martens apparently are little rodent-like creatures in the family of like weasels and badgers and stuff like that, which I had no idea. I was reading it and I was like, oh, it must be some new kind of creature that I know nothing about. But apparently they actually exist. Who knew? But yeah, that was exciting. And then he turns out to have a daemon, which is this giant black cat, which is the greatest. That made me really excited, just that he had a daemon at all. And yeah, I kind of feel like everyone kind of got what they deserved at the end of the day. It was probably my least favorite of the books, oddly enough, but it was still good. I still really enjoyed it. Overall, I think I'd give them all like a solid 4 though, because there's no way that I could bring myself to put any of them at a 3.5. There's no way. It's not possible. I might put the Golden Compass at like a 4.5 at the most, but like, yeah, I couldn't put any of them at a 3.5. That being said, I do not advocate what Phil Pullman stands for as far as trans rights goes, because apparently he is not the most knowledgeable person in that arena, and not always the most tolerant. So I'm just gonna go that straight out. I am pro trans rights and everything like that. I'll go more into that in another episode if I have to, or another video. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off here because we're gonna go get some coffee and maybe see like a dollar movie or something. I'm gonna try to get her in a better state of mind, and we'll see how things go. Okay, so apparently I have a few minutes before she gets here. She's having to pick me up because my husband's at work and he has the car. But yeah, I'm gonna use those few minutes to start The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, and I'm so excited. Like, this is the book that I was most excited for the whole readathon. And actually, that makes me think maybe I should wait until the end. But I don't know if I have that self-control. That would make sense, though. Hold it till the end. It's like a kind of treat to motivate me to get through the others I have to get through. But I'm still excited for them. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I just want to read The Hate You Give, guys. I also forgot to mention that since I finished the third book, that means that I finished the second challenge. Like, obviously, duh, that's why I get to move on to The Hate You Give, but still, that's awesome. Okay, so now I've finished 4 challenges. I've finished 1, 2, 6, and 7. 1 was read a book/books you've been meaning to read for a long time. 2 was start/continue/finish a series you've been putting off. 6 was read a book that's been on your shelves the longest time, whether unread or read. And read a book you wanted to read as a child, or reread a childhood favorite. And I've done all those! That means I have 3 challenges left, which are 3, 4, and 5. 3 is The Hate You Give. The challenge for that is read a book you've been gifted or recommended a while ago. I've been recommended it by everyone, and I guess gifted it by myself to myself. Like, I'm counting it. And then 4 is read a book that haunts you, a book that you've put down and have been meaning to finish, which is The Dragon Reborn. And then 5 is read a book in a genre you've wanted to try or don't normally read, which is Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Sorry, I always have trouble with that title. It's a little all over the place. But yeah, I'm in the home stretch, guys. Like, I'm over halfway done. And I got the only trilogy that I have to do in all this mess out of the way. I'm really proud of myself right now. I'm super excited because that means I'm only 3 books away from finishing this readathon, which is great. Anyway, I think Kim is about to pull up, but I'll talk to y'all later. So we just went and got some coffee, which is delicious. It's this place called Rude Awakening, which is really cool. They've got little Harry Potter type things, like little goodies spread around and homemade stuff. But anyway, we got some coffee. Now we're gonna go look at some used books. I was gonna record with Kim around, but I'm not sure if she'd be okay with that, so I waited for her to go inside for something right quick. But yeah. So it's evening now, but I wanted to show off some of the books that I got today, one of which is a borrowed book from my friend Kim. I'm just gonna drop everything. That's cool. She's letting me borrow City of Bones by Cassandra Clare because I tried reading it before and I couldn't get into it, but I don't know, I'm hearing a lot of good things about the later books, so I'm gonna try. But the rest of these I got at the used bookstore. The first book is Once Upon a More Enlightened Time by James Finn Garner. I don't like the fact that this isn't during the day, so there isn't really a light source. The second one is 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel, Garcia, Marquez. It's such a pretty color. I didn't like loving the type of color, but I'm hoping maybe that'll be a little bit different. The next one is Perks Being a Wildflower by Stephen Chbosky. I don't know. Anyway, I've been wanting to read that one for ages. The second one, the next one is The Arctic Incident, Artemis Fowl by Elin Koifer. It's the second book in the Artemis Fowl series. I need to get the first one to really start that series. The next one is Tangerine. Still got the sticker on it. By Edward Bloor, I believe. Sticker's covering it up. Last couple ones, I couldn't believe my luck that I found them. There's Polar Stars, John Green, which I never see John Green books in used bookstores. That's me. The last one was really surprising. It's The Freaking Night Circus by Aaron Morgenstern. That one I'm really excited about because I've wanted to read it for ages now. Anyway, apparently I need to end this video. So I'm gonna wrap this up now, but don't forget to like and share and subscribe and have a good day.